everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Now, to make the cat bed, super simple, super easy. You need a ball of wool. Now I've got 2 strands together. Sister Sandra gave me a big woolly jumper and I ripped it out and I've got loads of balls of wool, like of this colour. So what I'm going to do is, she showed me how I could make a cat bed. Now all you need is wool, any kind of wool. You can use ribbon, you can use anything that you want to wind around this. A length of rope. Now don't get treated rope, just get normal everyday rope. This is just a polypropylene rope. It's 6mm. It's just general purpose rope. And this is a 30-metre coil. I bought 2 of them. It was only £1.49 for that. And I got that in B&M bargains. You can look around the pound shop and places like that. Anywhere that sells cheap rope, any kind of rope, it's up to you. If you've bought a bigger pet, you can use thicker rope. It's up to you. So you need your wool, your rope, a pair of scissors, and a darning needle. Well, you're not going to need the darning needle just now. So you've got your rope and your wool. That's what you need just now, and maybe your pair of scissors. Now I found the quickest way to do this is to actually wind my rope first. So what you do is get the end of your rope and your wool. Put your wool down like that so you can wrap it and that'll tie that end in. Don't worry about this little end, it's going to be right inside the cat bed or pet bed, whatever it is you want to call it. Now all you need to do is kind of tight, just wind your wool around like this. You can do this when you're sitting watching the TV, it's up to you. Now you can start winding and stitching it together just now, but I found it's so much easier just to wind a nice big length of rope to begin with. So you just keep wrapping, you don't need any glue, you don't need anything. Just keep wrapping your rope like this and get yourself a nice big length of rope all wrapped up. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to wrap a great big length. You can wrap as much of it as you want to begin with, and I'll come back and show you what to do next. Super simple, very easy. Okay. So I just wound it all around the rope, tied it up like this I was going and just kept winding. It's up to you. You can wind it all first, or as much as you think you're going to need to begin with, or you can just start your little bed right away. So I'm just going to put some of the wool up to the edge like this. Then I'm going to wind that end in. Not only pull that in nice and put a little touch of glue in there, but you don't really need to. Now I'm going to fold it down like this. And what I'm going to do, I've got my needle, so I'm going to go around this part, just bring it through there, and then I'm going to wind it around that part I've joined and stitch in between the rope like this. So squish it down, wind it around. I'm just going to bring that one down. Maybe to do that. Then put my darning needle down between the 2 pieces of rope and pull it through and tighten it. Just wrap it right around again and come up underneath between the 2 pieces of rope. Pull it tight and wind it around and around and through between the two pieces of rope. They will bind it together. See that now? There we go. So that's stitched your first end in. Now I'm going to just stitch through the middle to bring my thread down to the bottom down here. Now that gives us a good tight start. There we go. So what you're going to do, I'm going to come down one more little bit. So you're going to go around like this. Keep it as flat as you possibly can. Now as you're doing that, just bring the needle into the middle a little bit. We're going to stitch these together. Now you can do this as you're winding. And come around into the middle. Touch through. Doesn't need to be perfect. You're not going to see it with this type of wool that I've got on anyway. Tight middle. And we're just going to keep winding around and around and around. Keep it as flat as you can. You don't need to have your stitches too close together. It will hold. And then just go along about an inch and down through the rope house. Like that. And along about another inch. Pull that through. That's going to pull that part in. And we're just going to work our way around and around and around. Now, like I said, you don't need to have your stitches too small. You can do them nice and big. So you're not going to take all day to do this. Just move it around here. And come down to the middle down here. Down through there. And up and over and go down. Wind it around. Go down through. You can clearly see where your pieces of rope are underneath here. Go down through that one. It's quite easy to go through. And when you need to put a fresh piece of wool on, just go through there. Just keep it around there, like that. And then feed it through some of the wool. Then cut that off. Now that bit will get wound in and hidden as we go around. So what we're going to do is we're going to work our way around and around like this, making a large oval shape and stitch as we go. So this is what we're aiming for. We're going to keep going round like that and stitching as we go, and I'm going to make that oval larger and larger and larger. So I'm going to get this base to the size that I want, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what to do next. Base made, and I think that's big enough for my cat to sleep in. Now, it's really quite sturdy, and like I said, this is going to be washable. You're going to be able to wash this. You can make it as a round. You can make these really big for bigger, for larger pets, and you can make them round and make them into baskets and things as well. It doesn't have to be for a pet. It doesn't have to be for a pet bed, but that's what I'm going to do it for. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit, because I'm going to show you the next step. To make this come up into a basket shape for the cat, once you've got your flat base done, bring your end up over. You can clearly see the rounds that you've done. So bring this end onto the top of that, like that. So what you're going to do now is you're going to over sew this first part. Just put your needle between your rounds. Put your needle between your rounds. So bring it through here. Keep this part on the top of there like that. Just pull your wool through. Now I've got my needle with a double wool on. Give it a little tug. Bring it over the top and through again. And keep that one on the top of that, like that. And work your way around. So just for this first round, I'm keeping the stitches quite close. But not too close. You don't want to end up using hundreds and hundreds of wool. You can do this with material, like I've said already. So every third or fourth stitch that you do, every third or fourth stitch, open the gap, put your needle through, like that. Just pull it through, pull it tight, and then wrap it over the top and back through the bottom, like a little figure eight, just so it gives it that little added piece of security. As long as you keep your wool, your little round, like that. Now you can see a little lip forming. You're getting this little lip forming here. You can't quite see it on here. But what you're going to do is you're going to start working your way all around on the top, that top one. Just stitch that to that top one, like that, and then start working your way higher and higher as you go around. So again, have it like that. This one on top of your last, this one on top of that last one. Bring your wool over and go through the joint between that one and that bottom one. These are on the bottom. And bring it through. You can clearly see what's happening. And pull it. And then through there. Like that. Just move along. Every inch or so. You don't need to put stitch on top of each stitch. Just go around every inch or so. Every now and then, every second or third inch, go between them and then go across the top and then stitch through. It makes it like a little figure eight and it keeps that sandwich like that going. And the next one's going to go on the top of here. So what you can see it that way forming. So when we come around again, let's pretend we've gone around. So when you come around again, your next piece is going to go here and it's going to make that higher. and you're going to work your way up. Now it is a big project because it is going to be a big basket, but it's going to be worth it because it's just made out of scrap wool. What I found was it was really difficult to keep winding like this. Like I've said before, you can have it like that. You can have your wool and then wind so much and stitch it using your darning needle. You can wind so much with your darning needle, but I found that took ages and ages. So what I found, I'm going to use this. I did use a smaller bowl. So what I did was I put my end down that way because I'm going to work that way. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to show you this. This is really quite quick and easy. I did this when I was sitting watching the TV. Get this back. So you just have it coming this way like that, and then just wind, unwind, winding your ends around your rope. If it becomes loose, wind it up. That is a little bit tedious, but you get the excellent results. And just wind around and around and down as you're working. Just wind around. You find a way, once you start doing this, you find it the right way to go. Just tucking your edges as you're going along, and that will hide the joint. So that was the best way that I found to do this, and the quickest way. It comes loose, turn up again, and there we go. It's so much easier than working your way around and using your needle to wrap. So I'm going to continue doing that, and then I'll come back and show you what to do. So as long as you keep that piece that you're sewing on up on the top, like that, your little basket will start to take shape and you'll start to work up this way. You'll work the wall up, and that will be your base, and then you'll have your wall working up like this. So I'll get that done and I'll come back and show you. Now here is how far I've got with my pet bed. I've got this amount of rope left. What I've done, because I had a lot of wool, I've wound the whole packet of wool that you saw at the beginning. Now, I know you're going to say your little door's off centre, but because my cat sleeps on the top of my sofa, and it's going to actually be in sort of this position like this, he needs to come in that way. So that's why my little door is where it is, or the little gap for him is where it is. Now so far on the top I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, I've got 5 rounds going backwards and forwards. And I'm going to show you how easy it is and how I kept it really sort of quite neat. Now, like I said before, this wool is reclaimed wool. I got the cardigan sort of jumper thing from my sister and I ripped all the wool out, and this is what I got, was all of this. Now what I'm going to do with this is, I'm just going to cover that little piece of blue that's there, you can still see. Now I'm just bending it over and giving it a little squish. Now I've got my wool between these two. I'm going to roll it over the top, just wrap it over the top and come down and pierce through the joint of the 2 pieces of rope. Now this is the toughest part, because this is the part I've sewed over quite a little bit to make sure that these stay down at this end. So it might be a little bit more difficult to get my needle through between the joints of the sewing. So we've got a rope under here and rope under this end, and I just bring it through the gap between the 2 of them and then just pull out. Now this is a big metal darning needle, and they're not very expensive, these darning needles. Now what you're going to do is you pull it through and then pull it really tight, and that's going to pull this part down. As you can see, it's pulled it down really tight. Go over the top again, and I'm actually going to come through the first two parts that I've done, if that'll focus in enough for you to see it. Like a little figure eight, and that's going to pull that down nice and tight. Just make sure that you try and keep this edge straight. I'm going to pull that through just that little bit, not sew it down that much. So I'm going to go down between the 1, 2, in between them. I'm going to come down between 1, 2, 3. So between 2 and 3, the little rows there. And then just pull that through. Just wriggle it through. And pull it tight and wrap it right up over the top 2. And go back through 1, 2, the joint between 2 and 3. And then just pull it through. And there you go. So that's going to hold that nice and tight. It's not perfectly straight, but it's home weaving sort of, so you don't need it to be perfect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to oversew every inch all along to go back to this side. And when I come back with the next row, I don't know if you can actually see. I'll try and pick a row where you can see. If I can, I'm going to zoom in to see if I can show you that a little bit better. And give it a little chance to focus. So where you can see where I've gone along here, I've gone along every inch joining that row to that row. So when I put the next row on, I've put it offset. So I've got like some that are here, and on this row down here they're offset, and then down again they come in between these two. And that way when you pull it you don't get any great big gaps. You do get small gaps, but don't worry about that. And it's turned out really, it's light. It is light because I've not used a heavy rope. And that is going to be able to go in the washing machine as well. But so it's coming on great, my bed. So what I need to do, well, my little pet bed, it's not my bed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish back and forward with the piece of rope that I've got left. That's all I've got left. So I'm going to work it back and forward and finish it off at an end. And then I'll come and I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished. But so far it's looking absolutely fantastic. It's turned out fantastic. Now this was the whole reel that I showed you at the beginning. It's only one reel, so it's turned out fantastic. But you can use anything to wrap your rope with. You can use strips of material, you can use other string. If you even get nice rope, you can even just leave it like that and use a contrasting either string or wool to tie all your rope together. If it's for your pet and in your house, it doesn't matter what it looks like. And you can use any type of wool as well, anything that will wrap around and you've got plenty of it. Now, don't ask me how much wool I've actually used to wrap this, because I don't know. I don't know, because it was a great big ball. I showed you the great big ball at the beginning. I would say it's maybe about 200 grams of wool that I've used. I just don't know. I'm just thinking maybe that's how much it was.
I'm not 100% sure how much wool I've actually used on it. It is 30 metres of rope. So even at that, it was still really, really cheap. But you think of it, it's used up some of my time. It's used reclaimed wool, and all it's really cost me is some of my time and the rope. And that is, where would you buy a bed? Where would you be so proud of your pet, your small dog or cat? Or you can make these much bigger if you want. Where could you buy a big bed like this that you can even just stuff in the washing machine and give it a wash, hoover it up? Even if the cat scratches at it, it's not going to do much harm to it at all. And I think it's really, really fantastic, and I'm really chuffed with it. So, once again, as I always say, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Give this a try. This is a must. If you've got a pet of any kind, or your friend or your family's got a pet, and you want to try this, give it a try. Go up into your wardrobe and look for an old jumper, a woolen jumper or cardigan, and rip it out and make yourself a pet bed with it. And that way you're recycling and you're not spending too much money either. It's a cheap and cheerful craft. One other thing, you can just do these in circles or these oval shapes. You can make them into placemats. You can make square ones and you can make them into cup. Put your cup on it like a cup mat. You can make bowls. You can make these smaller and make them roundier like that. And you can make fruit bowls. You can make baskets. If you cover the whole top of that and put a big hoop handle on it, you can make a basket out of it. It's unbelievable what you can make with this. You could even just wrap the rope, and then you can wrap it around a bottle or even an old vase that you don't want anymore. Rather than throw it out, wrap it up with the rope with the wool on it, and it gives you a whole new look to a big old vase that you might have. The potential for it is, it's amazing. It really is. Now, when I finished it off, I never actually showed you how I finished it off. When I went up around the sides, I just brought my rope. You can see where I've gone up the sides with the rope, and I just oversewed it like this. Now, I should have finished at the corner, but I tried to bring it round here to level it up with this side a little bit. But I should have just cut it off and finished it, and then that was it. That would have been it done. It's got that little bump on it, but I don't care. I'm not bothered about that. I'm not selling it or anything. It's for my cat. It's for my, as if he sleeps in it. If not, then my son's going to get this for his little puppy dog. He's got a little puppy, and my son and his partner have got a little puppy. It's only 6 weeks old, and if my cat doesn't sleep in it, then they're going to get this. So give it a try. It's really, really easy to do. So once again, thank you all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please subscribe to my channel. It is totally free to subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment. I love to read your comments. I really do enjoy receiving the comments and reading what people think about the tutorials. Give it the thumbs up as well. I'd appreciate that. And until the next time, happy crafting, and I'll see you all again soon.